Who's going to do it today?
And here we are onto the Rift for game number one. Genji on your blue side, T1 on your red side. Pays, he's the one that picked up the Aphelios. Gumushi was saying that he thinks he's the best in the world on that particular champion, and let's see whether he can take Pays down a peg here in game number one and try and maybe get his hands on it in game number two. Last time these two teams clashed, it was Genji walking away with a victory, but that was a final, remember? And now we're back in the upper bracket, and this is T1's territory. Before the finals hit, T1 do not lose.
Want to highlight a couple of item choices. Pays actually going for the Doran's Blade here, right? Usually in this matchup, we see the Aphelios go for Ghost as opposed to Cleanse. That, of course, makes sense into Faker playing the Annie, but him also looking for early aggression with this, because if he doesn't and the Cold just gets to stack up for free, is a pretty big departure, maybe also a sign of what is to come. Conqueror also adds to that, maybe going to be looking for a lot of aggressive early game skirmishes.
As we can see, Q comes through here as Owner is just clearing out that Krug camp. Gumushi does get that shove towards his turret, and let's see whether it's going to work out. 4 versus 3 for T1. Zeus going to try and pick up turret aggro. Delight going to knock him up into the air, and it is going to be first blood going over to Pays. A 1-for-1 so far, and now Zeus' zombie mode is almost going to take down the Aphelios. He does fall, and that is a kill for Gumushi once again. You're a sweetheart. Why haven't they put us on broadcast together before? As Owner's coming in once again. Pays trying to do what he can, but he gets pushed back into the open as he does just make his way towards the bottom side river. And Owner is taking this first dragon. Very happy Poppy so far here.
Very nicely done by Faker there. Doesn't even have to invest anything. And Chovy's ult will be down, means that there's no opportunity for contest here. Maybe if they get any, they can try and get something going. Not going to be the case now. And Owner has already had such an incredible impact on the map. Picks up a dragon now as well. Has that 2 successful gank?
For Genji.
Oh, Owner.
He's coming in. Of course, Doran doesn't have Smite available. Peanut is making his way over, though, as Doran just going to try and turn it onto Owner here. 2 versus 2 for now, but Faker's moving up. Chovy following him forward. Small 2v3 here as Doran's getting taken down so low. No miss to put down, no options, and Owner is going to take him out. They'll take a Rift Herald as well.
These teams first, because it was actually the first match of the LCK. This was basically what happened. T1 put an incredible amount of focus towards Pays.
Yeah, Faker moving very, very quickly towards this Gwen, who wanted to be immune, but she is most certainly not. And Faker is going to be able to pick that one up. Cool guys, don't look at Explosion. Going to come through for the pincer as Faker is moving his way over as well. Pays looking for a flank angle on the Aphelios. An odd decision. We'll see how it does work out. Zeus in that front line trying to work things out. Doran puts down his mist now. T1 just patiently waiting that one out. But the quickness is huge onto 3. They try to get forward, but immediately Peanut is booped out of the fight. Doran's still at full health though. The Moonlight Vigil is going to get the flash out of Zeus. And Genji have pushed T1 away. Those health bars not looking very healthy, and the Super Mega Death Rocket goes wide.
Instead of the TP to come in from Chovy, though, they can try and just rinse and repeat this. So Pays going to shove out mid, and Genji, really good call here to take the fight with those ultimates down for T1. They have to play a little bit more careful.
And even though the Rakan into Poppy is a matchup that obviously is going to feel very hard, this is the champion when even when Delight was still on Breon, he was feared. This was banned against him a lot of times because the angles and engages that he was able to find were a really big part of what made that team work.
Oh yeah, he was
Genji. And we saw in the previous fight as well that they were able to find kind of the angles, but with more and more gold getting to...
But, Carrier diving forward. Chovy, his ex-teammate, catching him unawares just a little, but he will be okay. Ultimate still at the ready, so no worries at all. But Shirley is going to get her skull into that outer turret on the top side of the map, and T1 are looking to get even more. Bottom side, there is going to be a turret traded, but T1 have... With things like the Wukong, things like the Rakan, if you are ever grouped up as either team, it can become very, very dangerous.
And what's important to note as well, even though there is a lead for T1 as Delight, again, look at this. Trying to go for another flank angle. It's still very close, right? Like K.5 doesn't mean that much in the grand scheme of things.
And I think that the scaling does ebb and flow a lot in this game. Right now, it's aiming towards T1, but the ultra late game should be Genji favored with the fact that this Gwen in a side lane is going to be so difficult to deal with. Genji looking for an opportunity now. Teleport to the back of the pit here as the Poppycopter is getting channeled. It's going to miss though, and this is going to be an honest 5v5. Stolen away by Pit. Peanut, they collect the first Mountain Drake. Moonlight Vigil does connect. Chovy looking for an opportunity, but already Peanut's being taken down. The Devour utilized perfectly. Guma grabs another kill for himself. As Doran
T1 gets to re-establish that vision, just having the numbers advantages. FaZe clears out mid, will even get to rotate up towards this top side. So Gen G trying to make something happen onto Owner, but not quite able to make it work.
Well, in goes Peanut, finds a Cyclone onto Faker here. The Bear is going to come down as a response. Red and white done as, okay, Chovy could be in trouble. Does have to flash away from the train, but there are a lot of different problems for him to deal with. He gets knocked up, smacked into the wall, and Faker is going to be able to lock down the kill on his opposite number. T1.
To get onto the tower, and now, here we go!
Yep, the Abyssal Dive does come through. Gets a decoy, but not the real Peanut. He's going to be able to make it to safety as Doran getting himself with the rest of his team. 4 versus 5, the Baron. Now an option. Started up here for T1. 22 minutes, a little bit late for a T1 Baron, but they'll take it as Peanut is still there. They're going to look for a turn as Chovy has teleport available. 10 seconds on him coming back into this fight. T1, they know it. They want to try and get this turn soon, but the knock up onto Zeus. He's taking so much damage here from Gen G, but it's a phenomenal ult from Ona, and they will secure the Baron. This guy's Poppy has been absurd this game.
And even when Gen G is looking for an opportunity to fight, to actually try and out-teamfight T1, they're not given it. With the disengage from Owner there, T1 stay cool, calm, and collected. No possible way for Gen G.
That's some more money into the back pocket of Gumushi, who already has 3 full items complete. This is a very happy Jinx.
And he's only going to get more.
Turret, Gen G, they want to try and fight for this one, but it could be dangerous. Zeus is pretty big for that front line. Faker also has his Banshee's Veil completed, and the Annie is going to be pretty difficult.
Even trading these very, very evenly as Faker.
Yeah. 2 dragons apiece now, but Faker.
That ultimate comes through from Owner. There's just nothing you can do.
Nope. No chance.
And 2v5s?
I don't like their chances so much. I have a feeling that might be a little bit in favor. But Faker is not going to be deterred by that one. He tries to dash his way out, but he gets stunned into the wall. Super Mega Death Rocket's going to pick up the kill. Gumushi grabs yet another one as Pays. He's trying.
You can see here, I've actually been doing a really good job at, like, when it comes to setting up to objectives. Like, that was the thing I was kind of talking about earlier, was like Gen G had been so good traditionally, but T1 have kind of given themselves an opportunity where Pays hasn't been able to get into these fights.
Moment's notice. The Baron down to 50%. Gen G on the clock for this one. Flame Chompers come forward. Delight has already pre-popped the ultimate, and the Baron is just going to get melted. Peanut taken down extremely low already. It's a fantastic Cyclone as they get knocked into the wall. Zeus going down extremely low. Chovy trying to get some work done. Not quite enough being found there with the ultimate from Ona, but still, look at Gumushi. He's just a raid boss. He's gigantic in this game. And T1, they've got the Baron. They've
force a 50-50 flip, and instead T1 get everything that they wanted.
Maybe no hope to hold on to the base as well. T1 stepping up with Baron now as Gen G, they're trying to get themselves back in position, but this inhibitor's gone.
Feeling a little bit like checkmate here, gentlemen. As T1, they will take the inhibitor turret and inhibitor very, very quickly. And T1 now just looking to get that reset, spend these piles of gold. 8,000 gold is the lead for the red side team. Looking now to close this one out. Gen G just not a lot. Yeah, decent charm going to come forward, and there's the lifesteal working out here for the Gwen. Pays now very, very close to danger. He does have to use the cleanse, but it will be enough to save him from the first onslaught. Great charm there from Chovy defensively, but Pays is still in danger. Peanut trying to help him out as Tibbers is going to move back, needs to lick his wounds just a little bit as Peanut down excruciatingly low. And Gen G, yeah, they don't lose anyone, but they will lose the majority of their base.
I mean, that's the top lane tower now gone. Inhibitor follow, and with minions streaming in, T1 are so strong. Gumayushi,
it's one
pop shots.
Yeah, no, it is so dangerous. This Storm Razor Jinx doing so much work here as they dive forward. Ona is exceptionally low. He does eventually go down, but it's in trade for the Rakan so far. They're looking for another one. Faker getting taken down low. Pays still alive, still at full health as Zeus.
Yes,
going to be his first target. The Devour does come.
Lane.
Yeah, Peanut's clone is just going to get stunned up momentarily. Faker didn't invest too much. He's going to be able to charge that one up once more very, very quickly. Ona moving on in now as T1 set up 5 versus 5. Looking to spot Gen G as they try and go for this little steal. Mountain Soul, devastating. for Gen G if it does come forward. Doran gets over the wall, puts down the mist as Ona jumps inside with him. Gen G gonna have to look for a way to try and start this fight now, but immediately Chovy is going to get rocketed out of this fight. Speaking of rockets, that one's gonna go wide, but T1 have gotten their health bars low enough as it is going to be the Mountain Soul secured. Peanut is going to get taken down a little bit late on the steal attempt. And now Battle Dance is going to get Delight to relative safety, but I don't know how safe they are as the grand exit here going to be utilized by the Rakan. But Pays, that's the wrong direction. They may have juked them for the moment as they look for the backs, but yeah, not going to get fooled by that one. But still, Owner is going to take a lot of damage and just goes down. Okay, they can just look for it one more time. Yeah, they're going to have to try and get back because instead T1 are just going to look to win the game. The old owner for Nexus trade going to work out here as Pays going to get yet another kill. They're going to start the back yet again. Gumayusi, you need to hit this Nexus as they are going to spawn relatively soon, but no, he was under no real pressure. He just needs to turn and get the number 2. Gen G taking on T1. T1 already 1-0 up in this series, making their way out onto the rift here and seeing whether they can collect themselves match point.
Are we getting the cheese?
I mean, you have Blitz and Annie. I think you can invade, if you want to. Oh, he doesn't know.
Well, there's the flash hook! All right, immediately Chovy has to respond with his own as he breathes some lightning sporadically around the rift in frustration and will now go home.
T1 aren't. They still want to see if they can try and get a little bit more.
Ooh.
Okay, so this time they actually have full control of this bottom side, but it looks like they're not going to go for the same strategy as game number 1.
Yeah, I mean, just not having the bush here makes it very difficult to go for that. Doran, though, doesn't believe that. And it's been like, you know what? I'm going to wander down to this bot side anyway, just in case.
And I quite like that. I do think that also the jungler plays a big part here. We saw the Poppy last time out, how good it was at the early dive.
Coming down now as well. 3 versus 4, but Chovy is moving in. A bit of a split here on the Gen G side as Faker versus Chovy is going Faker's way. Carrier taking a lot of damage. Grey health now there for Delight as well as Carrier is going to get taken down. And first blood goes to the Jinx. The Flash Abyssal Voyage to come.
Like Gumayusi on the bot side, back in the driver's seat, or maybe try and make a play when Gen G tries to contest. I was going to say the Dragon. That's clearly not happening, although maybe a follow-up fight.
Yeah, that's the flash forward here from Peanut Owner. Fantastic spell shield as the hook does come forward, but I don't know whether Carrier really wanted it as he gets interrupted.
Game because he was getting snowballed against by Zeus Saya.
Does mean Gen G's on the weak side of the map, though, and already you can see Gumayusi Carrier here. I wouldn't be surprised the owner try and wrap around here and just put a ton of pressure onto Pays and Delight. Have to wait to see. Yeah, you can already see
He's going to get interrupted, and immediately the paranoia comes down. The fear is going to come through, but another hook is going to land, and Gumayusi grabs that kill for himself. Now Pays just has to look on as the corpse of the Tahm Kench is going to remain. So teleport to come through here, but Faker is in position. Pays running for the hills, but there's nothing he can do. The bear is going to be enough, and it's a solo kill for Faker. Now Chovy, he's going to throw down the stars, but I don't think it's going to be enough to keep him alive. And T1 just destroy Gen G in the top lane.
Wait
Peanut, can he find some resets here as this Viego, as they do manage to get one execution onto Faker, but one kill does come through for Peanut.
And the biggest thing there, Doran tried to TP and he got denied again.
That's all right, Doran looking for an opportunity here. There's another body slam flash as Faker is going to use the cast to taxi his way out. Paranoia comes in yet again as the stars do once again descend. Faker goes golden, but I have a feeling he's still going to go down, and that is Peanut getting yet another kill. Delight going to go down in response, though, as it's a 1-for-1. Chovy is flying towards them. The breath is going to come through onto the Scion, but he's still going to be able to remain alive as Gen G come alive here in this mid-game a little.
Reset City was nearly being built there for Gen G between both the Jinx and the Viego. They were nearly able to take over that fight, but T1 do back away, and Gen G get the drag.
T1, you don't have the pyramids, okay? You need to go for the proper channels, and now Gen G trying to start the Dragon, but are getting contested.
Yeah, Gumayusi under 50% health right now without any summoner spells. That's why he's hanging so far back. As Doran also relatively low, and they slink in, and it's just going to be a full heist. As T1 just walk on over and say, no, that's mine. They will pick that one up.
They didn't even have the city permit. It was completely gone.
No, T1 did do their work. Yeah, they're fine.
That was very strange. It's almost like they were kicking them out of their own house, you know, instead. It's
Actually flashing. If Peanut is able to get the kill, you're in deep trouble. Zeus.
All right, Dragon breathing on him for a moment as Doran gets in there with the body slam. There's a cast that's going to work out as Paranoia comes in. Can Ona actually save his top lane? The answer's no, but the rest of the T1 cavalry has now arrived. The skies are descending on top of them. Decent knockups are down as well, but the Scion, in fact, the Viego is going to fall. Looking to come on board yet again as Peanut collecting it, but his own version of the going to be the things we need to focus on, as Gen G, I guess, has one dragon, don't they?
It's not the right type of dragon.
No.
Well, I mean, depends on where you're looking for. You know,
they definitely need a mid lane.
If you're talking mid lane team fights,
yeah,
or mid to late game, I'm saying that's a good dragon.
Yeah.
But you also don't want T1 to get Mountain Soul. Equations with 100 to 0 combos, you know, Doran engaging, Peanut getting resets, become a lot harder.
And the thing is, because Gumayushi's managed to pick up 3...
pick
up 3 of the kills.
Very cute.
It's very hard then for you to actually use Jinx to push up in this lane, because...
and we can
get that process started. Get the right pyramids, yeah, get it done.
Reminds me of 2019 all over again.
I'll move in with Ox, it'd be great.
Rocket Grab is going to land, and immediately Delight is going to get taken down. Not enough great help going to be eaten to keep him alive there. And that is Ona picking up the kill. Now T1 with a big advantage, move towards mid lane.
Really big mistake from Delight. You know that Keria is going to be fishing, and without a Kench, Paze isn't really going to be able to play this upcoming team fight. And now T1 looking at Soul Point here for a Mountain Soul. Really big win for them.
Absolutely huge, and they also get the charge in the mid lane as well, so that turret very, very close to going down. Delight now making his way back, but it's not going to be enough to get them into position around this Drake whatsoever. So that Soul Point that you were talking about, Earth, Wind, and Fire locked down here for T1. And now they're looking to augment that with an outer turret in this mid lane as well. A really big moment here for T1 in this game, if they can lock that one down. Gen G going to deny it. Through there as Keria, we may have cast a cursed him just a little. They get the Devour out, and Keria didn't go down without a fight, but he still will go down. Peanut locks up the kill for Gen G.
Just brilliant stuff. I mean, the fact that they're matching Chovy push on the top side, and I think again, Peanut?
Yeah, Peanut just looking for it. Does not find the stun there onto Faker as the Abyssal Dive does come through. Ona looks for that opportunity. It's a phenomenal ult from Chovy there as Faker is going to be the result of that. But now T1 members do outnumber them. The flash out, decent cask to come through from the grave. But Gumayushi is flashing on top of them. It's a double kill already. Make it a triple. And T1 will walk out the victors.
A crucial there is that Peanut could... Pace.
Flash forward there as Ona is not going to be able to secure him. And he will get to safety.
And crucial there is that a lot went down and Peanut couldn't start the resets. I think maybe because of the vision denial and Zay is standing on top, he was immediately channeling his decimating smash. So Peanut couldn't get close, couldn't get more kills going. And now, 21 minutes, T1 about to pick up the Baron.
Yep, yet another T1 Baron to come through here, their third for the series so far, as Zeus is going to dive forward towards Paze, gets a full channel on the Q, and Faker just mops it up.
It was going so well until it really wasn't for Gen G.
Now is Peanut as well, fighting against Ona, who's moving forward. Delight looks for the tongue lash, but Zeus is here as well. One after the other, T1 are bearing down on Gen G. The Tibbers not going to find too much value, but still they're going to be able to get it. The hook's going to land once again, and Doran will fall down. T1 now looking for an inner turret off the back end, and this Red Bull Baron power play is only going to get higher and higher. Currently 4,000 gold, they're looking for more.
And T1 are angry. 23 minutes and they're already going to crack the base.
Oh, no, the hook! Oh, man, he's addicted to fishing. Chovy tries to find the ult, but nothing more is going to be found. The inhibitor will fall down, and T1, is this all you want to take from this, or is there more in the tank?
I think they can back off, because in 10 seconds, that Mountain Drake is spawning. Possibility here. Sure, domestically, they don't necessarily prioritize dragons, but they are then able to trade crossman.
Let's see what T1 are going to be able to find. First, it's going to be the inner turret. Then, looks like Peanut is on the menu. Ona still looking for more, but Peanut slinks into his own mist, and he will be able to get himself out of the way. Yeah, they need to go. And just trying to stop T1 from being able to take whatever they want, but so far it's been unsuccessful all game, and it is going to remain that way as the inner... Peanut has to dash, gets himself out of the way of the hook once again here for Keria. As Peanut just throws a bear at him, and there's only so many times you can dodge it, Peanut. This was not one of them. And now it looks like this inhibitor turret's going to go down.
But if you're a Gen G fan, that one feels very recognizable.
Oh dear, Faker flashing forward, finds a big old bear, and there is a Devour, but Delight's not going to be able to save his whole team. As Gumayusi grabs the first kill, Ona's going to grab another. It's a double here for the Aphelios, and I think game 2 is just done and dusted. T1 taking Gen G down for the second time in a row in this series. They will find match point, and we'll see whether Gen G has anything left.
Oh, he got him!
Anything else in the... Oh my goodness! Another hook, and I think if we were going to do player of the game, which we don't do here at MSI, but I give it to Carrier for this one, which has certainly helped keep things a bit spicy. But here we go. Game number 3. T1. They win here. They remain in the upper bracket. Gen G will be on their last legs in the lower bracket after a loss in this game. Need to keep themselves in it, keep that reverse sweep alive. Could be silver scrapes, you know, you never know. And 100% of games that Gen G have played at MSI so far, have gone to more than 3 games.
True.
So, I don't know, you can't argue with the stats.
Yeah, great stats.
Yeah.
Love the stats usage.
Yeah, so that means it's almost guaranteed, right?
Great sample size as well.
I'm all about the 1 sample size. It's my favorite. I feel like you get the funnest stats
because it makes it easy.
Well, no, it doesn't make it. It just makes it, you know, could be anything. You know, it keeps up the variance. We like that. Because we don't like 3-0s quite as much. We want to be here for longer. We want more games in our MSI, and hopefully Gen G can give us that.
Cool.
Okay, a little bit of convergence, but not too much action here as Faker moves in, gets a ward, they get some money from the ping, and they are just going to move it on back. Doran now in a good matchup here with his demise, as we're going to see a hook go out on this bottom side. Peanut setting up, but already Doran is under threat, looking for that flash angle. We'll see whether he finds it. Actually, he's not looking for the flash as he hops out of the way. Zeus' health bar is going down, and now he's splitting away from Ona. Has Doran kept himself alive? Finally does flash, and he's been isolated. There is the first blood, and it goes over to Ona.
And he stole.
T1, with the amount of map control that they have, they should be able to secure this dragon. But look to see Gen G find that sort of angle to try and get themselves back into this game and the series.
And I do think you can give up a dragon when you're Gen G. Herald, though...
Yeah, good ward is going to be down, but Tibbers is still going to be available. Doran just jumps past him. Okay, not going to press the R button, though, as Super Mega Death Rocket is going to fly by. Peanut going to get eviscerated in the battle. Faker grabs that one, but the Kazik's going to be taken out as well. It's a decent Q there from the Scion, but it's a double kill for Chovy before he goes down. Now Doran's trying to fight it out, but T1 have brought in the cavalry. It's a decent lantern, but not enough to save Doran, and Delight is just going to try and make his way out. T1 going to win this one.
I mean, things have not been working out for the top
dear, the Thresh is going to fall. Okay, great hook. As Fake is going to press his Zhonya's, get a wild growth, and he will be fine.
Well aware of this. Yeah, all you get is a heal. That's not worth it. Gumayusi still has double summoners. Wild growth is available as well.
Well, Peanut's going to move in, and T1 looking to back away from this Drake for the moment. Ona keeping it aggroed. As it does turn, there's the flash Tibbers from Faker to start off this fight. Hook is going to connect. Zeus not going to be worried about the CC right now as Cyclone comes in from Peanut, but he's relatively low. Dragon secured by T1 as they grab the Infernal. And now they're just looking to back themselves out. Hook going to go completely wide there as Doran's Nabar is getting there. Does get the extra health as Gumayusi says, get away from me.
And now imagine that fight if you have an equalizer. Right, which is what the comp is.
Nice.
Yeah,
would have been better.
Would have been great. Not going to be the case, and it takes away so much of the team fighting power that you have otherwise available. Faker starts the fight, forces Chovy, and even though Chovy is able to stay alive, he's like a Rumble with no ult, no flash. That's at half health, so he's not able to do anything, any meaningful damage as Zeus.
Yeah, I saw the hook land, and I was like, oh, and then I saw that it was on Scion, and I was like,
oh no,
yeah,
that's fine.
To work, and now T1 have been abusing the fact that, hey look, if we don't have to worry about this, well, let's control the bot side of the map. Let's make sure that we're actually getting Gumayusi into this great spot.
Do want to highlight though
this mid lane as well. She's getting denied, and I have a feeling she ain't going to be charging anyone. There's a flash forward from Zeus. The equalizer doesn't really do too much as Chovy gonna have to take a land right, but Pays doing so much work. Faker gonna be the one to go down first as Tibbers gets angry.
Big.
That is huge, especially if you can start to get some of these second items completed, but I don't think we'll be quite there yet. You're probably going to finish like half an item here for a lot of Gen G. And T1 responding well though, reading that Chovy went up towards that top side alongside Peanut, so like cool, we'll answer with this bot lane turret instead.
To give up Soul Point here, are going to contest this Drake. They do have Equalizer this time around. Can they find the team fight that they've been looking for all series long? A lot of movement speed here by T1 as they pop the Shirelias, but haven't committed to anything just yet. Delight just off to the side, finds the hook. There's the Equalizer, perfectly timed. But Kha'Zix gets into the pit, not able to get the steal, but does have to flash his way out. Flash hook does come in from Delight, but doesn't find anything from it. Faker has decided to invest his Moonlight Vigil, comes down, no kills just yet, but Peanut is separated from the rest of his team, and Gale forts forward from Gumayusi to look for more. Not going to be able to get the kill though, and now the Unstoppable comes in. Good hook. Zay is going to go down, but can T1 find anything? Yes, they can! As the Nara is going to go down, Delight falls as well, and it's even.
As a tool of zone control, deny access to the pit. T1 is forced to back off. Genji's, thank you for the Mountain Soul, by the way. And as a result, the initial fight goes well, but it is on everything, right? Mega Gnar almost down, and he does get an ultimate down on Zeus, but he doesn't really care. He's only there to ensure that the fight keeps on going. And yeah, those types of damage numbers.
Yeah, looking for a bit of a dive here as Gumayusi says, all right, well, I'll just walk in and kill you if you want to try and take out a turret. Still, they will be able to collect it there. Jinx gets excited and runs away.
The board here, but this is still very dangerous if Peanut and Chovy can get that combo down.
Well, Chovy over the side, Doran moving in. There's the Equalizer. Peanut gets into the pit. It will be a 50-50, but it's secured by Ona. Peanut explodes. And T1, they'll take the jungler and they'll take the Baron on that buff. As Doran looking for a flank angle, they find the Equalizer down onto Faker. He has to commit and he throws down the tower and goes 1-for-1. What the heck was that? Okay, Faker, he just takes Pays with him, and that is so much of the pushing power for Gen G. They would really like to kill Faker and take this turret, but without Jinx, I don't know whether they can.
That might be a bit of a problem. That could be a bit of a problem for these future fights, because now Faker's like, oh, I can actually just kill Pays if I flash forward, and they don't have anything that can really deal with me.
They did manage to get the turret, though, so I was wrong there.
Well, Faker still has flash.
Yeah.
But Pays doesn't.
Yeah.
And I want to highlight again, last game we saw the Rocket Bell. This time around, it's Ludens. He is just going all in, and meanwhile, on the cross map with Baron buff.
And also, there's some hooks landing, things like this. They do try and, they do manage to kill the Kha'Zix, but at the expense of their inhibitor turret and inhibitor, as Gumayusi is just going to destroy that one. Doran and Pays just have to watch as all of their stuff gets broken in their house.
It does say a lot with Gumayusi. Oh, hang on.
All right, well, he's walking up to 3 people here. Flame Chambers goes down. Doran is going to die first. Now he's flashing forward. The Crescendum almost kills Pays, but Pays is able to get the shutdown, the double. Is Umbral Blade going to be able to clear out all of the vision? Faker is once again going to be the target. There's the Hex Splash. Misses the play, though. As Delight still going to be able to get a lot of damage, but the Zhonya's is going to keep Faker alive for so long. Turret falls on the top side as Faker. He stays alive. Peanut also going to be able to stay up as well and walks out, limps out after that one. Carrier going to get zapped though. That's so much damage. It's a corridor and an Equalizer. Fantastic for this one, but Gumayusi is so strong and Doran does nothing. It's a double kill, a triple, a quadra for Gumayusi.
Doesn't quite finish off the Penta, but Guma was so strong in that fight, and now the TP from Zeus, they want to end it here.
Gen G thought they saw a moment of weakness, and they were right, but it wasn't T1 that was weak.
Oh, it was not enough, and also Ono's just going to die to a turret, and Chovy is going to sit on the base. There are minions that are winning the game in the meantime.
But it can't end.
Well, I mean, the minions might be able to, but Zeus definitely isn't, as Chovy once again going to try and go for the drive-by. The zombie mode might be able to be what gets...
No TP.
Yeah.
No way to get back to the rest of the fight quickly, and Gen G, they're going to start up the Baron.
Well, we'll see whether T1 can actually go for a contest. Owner is going to be there and will be able to get around. Can he win this? As the Equalizer doesn't exactly get a lot of value, it is going to be secured by Peanut. Owner gets himself out of the pit though. Peanut looking for the engage angle as they dive once again on top of Gumayusi, but he presses his stopwatch. Delight getting taken down so low, but the Aphelios is going to be dead, and now it's Pays' turn to pop off in the team fight. Faker gets taken down, and T1 are routed. Gen G may have found...
And Gen G, they want to extend it. They're going to keep on going.
They want to just win the game here and now. Okay, well, the front door is open. They are going to be able to take down this inhibitor turret. And
that's going to be it.
They are going to be defended. Okay, so Zeus, can you do something heroic is the question. Carrier needs to be there as well. He dives forward, gets the polymorph onto Pays, but it's not going to be enough to keep them in this one. second Nexus turret going to be taken down, and Gen G will keep themselves alive in the series.
To execute composition where you can actually fight front to back in a lot of scenarios, and that was one of the big things that was kind of the crux of the problems for Gen G in the last one, where it was like, oh well, we got a bunch of things that want to try and flank and get into positions on the back line, but not really in a position to do so. So I think this time around, when Chovy can, have that ice claw that can go through the team, or you have Doran even who can try and separate fights, it becomes a little bit easier. It is going to be tough though when Owner, Faker are the ones still trying to dive pace in the back line, and how safe can he be when those two are coming for him?
You can see Zeus actually spotted on a ward, moved back down towards his bottom side, even though he's not Scion, still going to be down here in the very beginning. Does go back, moves up towards top lane. So it looks like no shenanigans to begin this one off. And we'll see who that is going to benefit. T1, like you guys have mentioned, throughout this series, have just been team fighting better so far. I think we're safe to say that. But Gen G, now with a little bit more wind in their sails. Killing a Nexus is the most important part of the game. So, although T1 did have a lead for the entirety of Game 3, the winner of the game was Gen G. And so, should make them feel good moving into this next game. Oh, the flash on over, but still going to get juked a little bit by that one. Foxfire is flying out as Doran looking to rout him. He just flashes on over. All right, well, Doran's flash is down and Faker is still dead. Going to be able to take that first blood is Peanut. Meanwhile, it is going to be the Drake taken by T1.
Nice turnaround.
Faker, but he's still going to get snared. Owner flashing forward. Spell Shield doesn't get a whole lot of value, but the fear certainly will, as Peanut is going to get taken down. Now 2 versus 1 as Chovy wanting to take down Owner. He grabs that kill, and now another Circle of Frost comes in. The Thrall.
Never mind.
In the meantime, Gumushi going to get knocked up as they dive on top of him. Not able to stand his ground this time. Peanut not going to be able to lock down. In the early game, they haven't really had many gold leads as they dive on top of Faker once again. Frozen Tomb comes on down and Faker flashes. He does have the ulti. He's staying alive!
Oh.
And Faker does not die to those.
How does he not die to those? The fact that he had gone so...
Chovy also using his in that exchange, although he does have the unsealed spellbook, so at the very least, he will be able to swap it out later on.
Yeah, decent advantage for Gen G, though, because Faker is still out of lane, right? Was at 0 health. As once again, they're going for another one. Great quickness to keep Carrier there for even longer, and Pays is going to be gifted a kill. This is some momentum, Chronic. I'm so sorry.
Whoa.
As Karsk is going to come down here towards his top side. Can Zeus do it again? Doran right now with a decent health lead. As he gets back, just puts him in way of the Super Mega Death Rocket. Pace says thanks for the setup.
So, what I want to highlight is that, yes, Gen G won that last game through a series of unfortunate events, right? Like, some shenanigans happened, they got the win. But in it, that doesn't matter. You're still given another chance to fight. And right now, in this early game, they are looking way better. They're doing exactly what T1 did to them, right? Able to get the AD carry fed to the point where it becomes very hard for the opposing team to deal with, even with the amount of dive that they have. Taken down.
Ooh, Peanut looking for Faker. Zeus in position as the claw comes forward. There's the Frozen Tomb. Zeus, I don't think he's going to be able to get there in time as he was in turret range, and Faker is going to go down yet again. Gen G, 6 kills in 12 minutes.
This time he is willing to use the Cyclone, and this time they get the kill. Really nice pick onto Faker, and again, I want to see... Oh, hang on.
All right, Paranoia is going to come forward, gets the flash out, but immediately Owner is going to join him. The fear is going to come through. Monkey possibly a little overextended. Zeus is going to get another one, but there's the body slam flash as Owner's down incredibly low. Doran trying to get on there. Chovy doing it as well as now Gumushi is fighting. Delight and Pace. Chovy grabs the kill over on the other side. It's difficult to look at these two screens at once.
And if you've done your stats research, when Pace is ahead, is hold up Doran.
Yeah, Doran in a little bit of trouble here. Gumushi and Carrier are going to move on forward. The Karsk is going to be used, but only on to the Nocturne. And so Doran just knows that he's real dead. He's going to try and clear up some of this minion wave before he goes down.
T1 just looking to trade there for the Rift Tower. They're like, there's not a hope that we can really fight against Pace in the position that he's in at the moment alongside Chovy. So they end up finding Doran is overextending the bot lane. Still though, Gen G now, they have control on top. So could actually try and take this Rift Tower and immediately plunk it down in the mid lane if they want to.
But I do have to say, if Doran doesn't overextend, respects the fact that his team is playing on the top half of the...
Doran taking a lot of damage, but still, that is high value here for the Gen G top laner.
Huge. Just before we were talking about this Dragon fight, Doran though, still going to be up here trying to see if he can clear the waves. You have to be careful. The ultimate is up.
Yeah, Paranoia is going to come forward, but Owner is just going to get dove on. He's in the bouncy castle now, and he's going to be taken down. They took the mid turret as well as Faker tries to get something back, but still, it's going to be the Raptors stolen away, and now T1 underneath their top lane outer turret, and things kind of falling apart here for our red side team. Gen.G moving up, looking for that opportunity as they find the grand entrance once again. The Claw comes forward, Zeus looks for the knock-up with the Ram, and Delight is going to be his target, but he's not the priority, and the Zeus is going to fall down. Pays collects that kill, and now Gumushi Carrier on the run. Faker has to get out of it.
This push, so looks like Gen.G will be happy to take top tower. They'll move over towards Dragon and take that gold that was so happily given to them.
And we've seen this issue with T1 before where if they have early game control, they look almost unstoppable. But if they fall behind early and you're able to preemptively try and catch them in rotations as they try and trade back, something that they love to do, you can catch them off guard because they're not used to that, right? They're used to being a fool. People that you want to be fed, Paze and Chovy, are in a great spot in the game at the moment. 3.5 gold lead here for Gen.G.
Well, Chovy sitting on that Mega Blast Cone will deliver him into T1. Faker's going to be the one that's locked down. Super Mega Death Rocket secures it. Paze gets excited. And T1
in short range corridors, like that's exactly where they want to try and fight, and T1 think they have the pick, end up getting caught, and now Gen.G are just exploding this game open even more.
And it feels like if T1 don't have the initiative,
and also Ari and Nocturne, if they're grouped up as 5.
What I really like here is Gen.G is denying vision, right? T1 don't know if they're doing Baron or not, but they have to rotate people over in response, which means Chovy gets a free bot line turret, is able to shove that in completely, get them more map control, and cost your mind back to some of the other. But now T1, they don't need to really contest this. It's only a second Drake, so no huge harm in giving that.
G in position. Zeus moving forward. He is not the optimal engage target. Once again, Delight moving real fast. There's the Ornhorn. Paranoia comes down as well as T1. They're looking for the team fight. It's a 5v5. Moonlight Vigil just massive from Gumushi, but he's now in the bouncy castle and he's just destroyed. It's Doran that collects that one. Ona's going to go down as well, and Gen.G are just wiping the floor with T1.
And you can't put a monetary value on that stopwatch from Pace. Gen.G was ready. They knew the engage was coming. All they needed was to wait it out, catch the engage. He was more of bait, maybe this time around as well.
Yeah, let's go for it one more time as, oh my goodness, the damage onto that Nocturne, but they get into the backline and they manage to take down the Jinx. Delight also taking so much as Faker is going to clean that one up, and now Gumushi is still alive at full health as Gen.G are looking now desperately trying to escape, and that Baron power play I was talking about, it's not going to crest the 2,000 gold mark. Doran is going to get taken out. They're trying to just stop this fight as Chovy with the claw will create enough distance, but I don't know whether they're escaping this one. Another charm from Faker, and Doran will be taken down from that. And T1, I'm sorry, I'm not going to say it again.
Doing fight. And that Red Bull Baron power play is next to nothing now as T1 will get the Dragon for themselves as well, get some of those objective bounties, and you're looking at Gumayushi's boss where Chovy and Doran were, because if they just gone for it, that could have been a game ender right there. T1 now getting sieged underneath their own turret though. Good charm.
Yeah, Delight going to take a little bit of damage in response. I said a little, I meant a lot. Moonshot doing a whole bunch of work there as Zeus going to have to flash out, but now the Ornhorn comes in. Moonlight Vigil doesn't do anything though. And T1 not going to be able to find the engage they were looking for, but there is still Doran relatively out of position. He's pretty tanky, gets speared up, doesn't have flash though, does have body slam, and now looks to try and escape. Faker now gets into position as they dive on the They look for Gumayushi and they manage to take down the Aphelios. Now Pace dodging everything. And Gen.G just destroy them. That is going to be game 5.
That's a clean ace!
This series is too much, boys!
Are you so jet lagged? I think I'm wide awake at this stage, man.
That one certainly woke me up. I've had a fair bit of coffee, but nothing is like... And who is going to fall to the lower? Because after a series like this, it's so much worse for the mental to then go into the lower bracket. You're so much more susceptible if a series goes this long and then you barely don't manage to pick up the win. And guys, last time we saw the Rumble in the Jungle, it was Canyon in 2021 in the final of MSI.
And it was a loss.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh,
remember the.
You remember who it was against, Dagda?
I think it was an LPL team.
Can you maybe say their name?
Yeah, there was an LPL team that won a lot of MSIs, wasn't it?
Yeah, was it RNG? Yeah.
RNG, yeah.
RNG, yeah.
I think it's golden. Sorry, that joke goes way too far back. Never mind. Okay, so T1 setting up for the early game. No shenanigans.
With like the Rumble and also Gumayushi as well, and just make things very uncomfortable for the Rift Tower, but instead they're like, no, screw it. We're going to give that over to Gen G, use the fact your jungler's winning resource there to go for the dive on the bot side and answer for their turrets immediately with Guma being able to pick up one plus the kill.
Really big here. Owner also, he hadn't backed at that point. Like, I don't know how much his gold is sitting on, but he is more than 2 M-tomes worth, particularly after kills. There we get our answer, almost 1900 gold. Play still works out as they know where Peanut is. And for Gen G, at least pays us.
Easy stuff there. You can see the double flash committed. Won't more than likely come back to bite them just because there's no real objectives that are up for the moment. But I was curious to see if you would actually see Peanut just immediately move down to the spot side and trying to get some of that goal back into Pays. But going to move back in towards his own jungle. Kerry now making his way down towards the bot side as well to make sure Guma isn't under any threat from the jungler. And it's just one quick kill for Gen G.
Want to highlight as well that with how this early game is going, the team able to get a huge lead. I also think that how Gen G is going to use this Rift Tower is going to be really important, because if they can use that after maybe a kill, get a bunch of plates, with the right weapon setup with Aphelios, you are even able to just take down a turret right from the get-go, right? Although Guma's ultimate is about a quarter of the way done, so once that's available, probably not going to have that opportunity anymore.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why I was curious to see if they just immediately went to the bot side, because yes, you've now got the red-white guns, which is perfect for taking it, but Keria is spot on ward as he moves in, but the fact you will have the ultimate for Guma means you can't really do too much. And
all right, well, that is a heroic charge. Faker in a bit of trouble here, but does manage to mitigate some of that CC. Goes all out onto Peanut.
No idea he was going to be able to get out of that one. Still might not. His charm just goes wide.
Yeah, Chovy getting caught there, but not stepping too far forward. No opportunity for Owner. Really well done by Faker, because we talked about the mid-jungle 2v2. Snowballing that has been such a big part of whichever team gets to take control of the series. This time around, not going to work out for Gen G.
Well, Doran being kept at bay here by Zeus in the top side of the map, but man, Faker, the fact that he's been this good for this long still blows my mind, and I've seen a fair bit of him. It's just ridiculous. Give him a Cassante as well, whose buttons do a whole lot of work. But still, Shelly going to pop down here on this top side of the map. And Doran going to be given some money. Actually really like this idea from Gen G.
Yeah, and this is what I was kind of talking about earlier, is like, when you have these short-range AD carries, a Shroud and that Gwen can be such a nuisance for them. So it feels like Gen G at the moment are going, look, Pays is going to be fine, he's going to scale into infinity, he'll be alright. Let's see if we can get Doran rolling, get this early Rift Maker. He now becomes a massive threat into Zeus in the side lane. Plus, when we get to these team fights, if he can land these ultimate procs through the T1 team, he can do so much damage to Gumayushi. Looks like Gen G don't want to cross map at all. They're just going to say, look, we're going to take this slow, make sure that we're trying to match in case they immediately try to move into bot or mid and not let Pays fall behind in this spot further.
Ocean Soul is going to happen, so Mao, we get one of you. Being started here, down to 4,000 health as Gen G are looking for the team fight. Could knock up onto Carrier, but he gets himself out. Phenomenal equalizer, right in the right position. Carrier has to get out of there, though. He's very, very low. The feathers get pulled back, but no joy is almost there from Doran, and it's going to be Chovy that finishes that one off. Collects another kill, doesn't get the...
Actually, Pays is still zoned away from the fight as Doran.
Yeah, Doran could be in a little bit of trouble here. His owner's going to move up, lands the harpoons, and Doran not as immune as he wants to be. Just going to get taken down there. Owner collects his second of the game. Faker in a little bit of trouble. Peanut trying to keep him in position. Goes all out. We've seen this one before. We'll see whether Faker can once again survive it as Chovy is looking to say no as he gets over the wall. The charm still connects, and Chovy's going to collect it with the Foxfire.
Just about able to finish that one off. Faker, not surprised to see Peanut rock up, but now Rift out of the mid will get one charge.
The classic Faker. It's Faker for turret.
That's a lot. This Ocean Rift. So is Gen G actually going to walk in? Because T1, full control of the area right now.
Yeah, early to mid game has been T1.
Doesn't have control, so Gen G now trying to bring it back, but at least Pays isolated. You got to take a step back and make sure the AD carry's coming with you.
You got to be really careful. You can't fight in these corridors. If you get comboed with feathers and an equalizer, it's unplayable, and it looks like Gen G have been slowed down too much, unable to make their way over to the Dragon.
Yep, not going to be able to get in there. Too much control, and T1 will get themselves Soul Point. So Ocean Soul
I'm going to say 24. I think someone is going to get Baron. Which we've seen more and more, does mean that some of the maneuverability in a fight and the really big feather combos are a lot harder to hit.
I think it makes sense though when you're only really worried about Delight's engaging. It's relatively easy to get a Feather Storm or something.
Delight gets the flash headbutt. They find the backline as Gumushi already has used the Featherstorm. Doran down incredibly low. Stays alive for so long, but it's not going to be enough. Another couple of kills to come through for the Rumble, and T1 come alive at 25 minutes.
And it starts off with the engage, but it is not enough. Guma stays alive nonetheless. FaZe is swept out of the team fight by Faker, and without that damage, T1 is gonna break open the base.
And it was so even for so long, and now T1 are just crushing through the base of Gen G. What can one cow do? He needs to buy 10 seconds of time, but it's not going to happen. And at 26 minutes, almost on the dot, T1 will take the Nexus and win a game 5.